Hi everyone, Kieran Brown here, and welcome back. On this channel, I make videos on how to lose weight. So today I'm going to go through how to kill hunger in 5 steps. And this is super important because when you're in a calorie deficit, especially when starting out, it's highly likely that you will experience some hunger as you're eating less than you're used to. And basically, these 5 steps will help to blunt and put off that hunger as long as possible. And it will really help to restrict your calories and sort of be within your calorie target each day. So here's this video for. It's people trying to lose weight who struggle to stick to a calorie deficit, get cravings, and are always hungry, sort of even after meals. So here are the 5 steps, and I'm just going to go through them one by one and sort of explain each one in a bit more detail. So step one is caffeine, and the research seems to be mixed on this from having a quick look. And I personally feel like it blunts hunger and sort of gives you energy. It really helps whilst getting through that first 4-hour period of the day. If you're doing intermittent fasting, because you're not eating in the morning, it's like a great source of energy. So my form of caffeine is caffeine tablets. Forgot to put a picture in, but it's the ones I use are called Pro Plus. Quite popular with students. Sort of quite known for when you're pulling an all-nighter. If you've got like a deadline or something, a lot of people take Pro Plus. But I don't drink coffee, so I have caffeine tablets. And usually, I think the Pro Plus ones have around 50 milligrams of caffeine per tablet. And the recommended maximum amount of caffeine per day is around 400 milligrams. So you can get away with having around 8 of these tablets per day, and they're super cheap. It's like $10 for 125 tablets. So that's what I paid for the last lot. I don't usually consume them within 90 minutes of waking up. Got in brackets there, human science. I sort of don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head sort of the reasons why, just kind of blindly following it, to be honest. And don't consume within 8 to 12 hours of sleep because it might make it harder to fall asleep in the evenings. But experiment. For some people, it might be less. For some people, it might be more. But in general, the half-life of caffeine is around 4 to 6 hours. So that means if you have 100 milligrams of caffeine, then 4 to 6 hours later, 50 milligrams of that will still be in your system. So based off that, that's where the 8 to 12 hours come from. So it's just double the 4 to 6 hours. And this is the number one thing. If I'm like feeling hungry in the morning, I ask myself, all right, have I had some caffeine? And if it's not too late in the day, then I'll make sure to take some. And I find that really helps to stave off the hunger for another hour or two. Second is water. It really is the best snack because it's obviously 0 calories and it's kind of filling. Like if you were to down a pint of water on an empty stomach, like you would definitely feel less hungry. And quite often people mistake hunger for being dehydrated. So rather than going for a snack, if you just have some water, then you likely feel fine after, and that could really, depending on how many calories the snack was that you were going for, it could really save anywhere from like 50 to hundreds of calories just by having a glass of water. I find sparkling water more satiating, more filling than still water. But again, it's sort of down to personal preference. It's not the biggest needle mover. The main thing is just getting enough water. A tip to make sure you're drinking enough is to always have some on hand and in arm's reach. Try and make it as frictionless as possible. If you're at work, just always have a bottle of water or a glass of water on your desk. If you're at home, same thing. Just when you're chilling out or doing whatever, just make sure you've always got a glass, which is easily accessible. An easy 20 to 50%. Can't remember what that even means, to be honest. So we'll move on. And the next thing is drinking before meals. So I find this really helps. Just before you have a meal, I like to just down like a half a pint, like 500 mils or so of water, and it just sort of helps to fill you up a little bit before you eat, and makes you far likely to feel hungry after your meal and to eat more. And have just actually remembered what that penultimate point is there. It's to get an extra 20 to 50% more water during your day. Really easy thing, which I've been doing, is so I've got a water filter in the fridge, and when I go to fill up the glass, what I do is I basically drink like half of it straight away, and then refill it. And I just find that's just an easy way to get like extra water. Step 3 is chewing gum, and I've just found from personal experimentation that if I get like a craving or a slight hunger, and I have a bit of chewing gum, then that can fend off the hunger for up to an hour, which is a real bonus, and it can save you quite a few calories for later on in the day. And it's kind of satisfying, especially if you have like a sweet craving. I find that chewing gum helps to really satisfy that. Be sure to look at the calories on the gum though, because some of them have not quite high, but if a bit of gum has like 30 or so calories, and like you're having 5 or 6 in a day, then just make sure that you account for that in your calorie total, or just find a gum which is really low in calories and sugar, and always have some on hand, whether that be the desk at work, at home, in the car, so that once if you've had your caffeine and you've drank enough water and you still get a little craving for like a snack or something, just have some on hand. Just have like 1 or 2 bits, and that should hopefully fend off the hunger for an hour or so. So if you've done those 3 things and you're still hungry, then what I would usually do is go for a low-calorie snack, usually a bit of fruit or veg. Go-tos are usually bananas, apples, carrots, and just to see if that will fend off the hunger even more. Try to avoid snacks like nuts, fast carbs like bread, pastries, etc., because they're quite high calories, and they probably will even make you hungrier, to be honest, if you just have something like that. And like I said, apples, bananas, carrots usually do the trick, especially like a big carrot. I find that they've really helped to fend off the hunger. So give it a try. Step 5 is a bit of a strange one, which I sort of found out recently. And obviously this is only really applies when you're at home. Probably not going to be walking around with a toothbrush. And basically what this does is it makes eating unsatisfying, because after you brush your teeth and you eat something straight away, it usually tastes a bit grim. And this would usually, I'd usually do this like in the evening. So basically, as soon as I've finished my last meal or snack, I'd brush my teeth, and I feel like it kind of tricks my mind into thinking like finish eating for the day, because over like years and years, you always brush your teeth just before you go to bed, like when you've finished eating. I don't know if that's just sort of all in my head. Like, don't have anything to back that up apart from just personal anecdote. But yeah, I found that once I finish eating and I brush my teeth, then I don't want to eat again because it will be, not very nice to taste. So in summary, the 5 steps to try and blunt hunger. First of all is caffeine, up to 400 milligrams per day, 90 minutes after waking up, and not after around 10 hours before you got to go sleep. Second is water. I personally go for sparkling as it's more filling. Third is chewing gum. Try to go for like a low calorie, low sugar one. And then if you're still hungry after that, before your next meal, go for a low calorie snack, bit of fruit or veg. And then if you're at home in the evening and you finish your last meal or snack for the day, just go and brush your teeth early, and hopefully that will stop the craving. So that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.